Alright, what's going on, everybody? So I reviewed Sony and Microsoft's E3 conference, so I'm just gonna do EA's, Ubisoft, and Nintendo's. I already watched EA's and Ubisoft, so I just gotta watch Nintendo's. That just came out today. So don't plan to spend much time on this, just want to go through the list real quick. So first was Star Wars Battlefront. Highly anticipated game, but what they showed was in early stages of the game, not real actual gameplay. It was in-game footage, but not real gameplay yet. But it still looked pretty cool. Looking forward to Star Wars Battlefront. Dragon Age Inquisition. I never really got deep into the past Dragon Age games, but I'm looking forward to Inquisition. Mass Effect. Mass Effect is one of those games that I appreciate because I do believe it's a great franchise. It's just never really been in my taste. It's not a bad game. I played them, but it's never really been spectacular to me. But I do respect the quality of the game itself. The Sims, for anybody who's still a Sim fan, me, I don't really care. EA Sports UFC. I played the demo and I really couldn't get into it. My problem with EA Sports UFC was, and maybe it's because I'm a noob and I may sound like a noob, but there's rarely any game I come across where I have a hard time adapting to the controls, and I felt like the controls in this UFC game they weren't natural. They weren't intuitive. It felt like I felt like it's something I wrote. What did I say on Twitter? I could perform a 100 hit combo in Marvel easier than I can do some of the simple stuff in UFC. And I don't. It's weird. It's just I think the movements and the actions in the game, they don't match up with the controls. It's like they're awkward. You got to press 3 different buttons in a certain motion just for one movement, and then you got to remember all the other advanced movements in the game, and it's just like, wow, no. So I guess I'll just wait for Fight Night, because Fight Night is my thing. That game, just the movement in Fight Night is way more intuitive and natural. I felt like this game was the opposite, so that's why I really didn't like the demo, and I won't be getting EA Sports UFC. NHL, don't really care about hockey. PGA Tour, don't really care about golf. Madden 15, it's Madden. Let's move on. It was an RPG called Dawn Gate. It looked alright. Mirror's Edge 2, definitely looking forward to that. I loved the original Mirror's Edge. FIFA 15, I said I was going to give FIFA a try. I still haven't yet. Not really something I care about. And lastly, I believe what they had was Battlefield Hardline, which was heavily scripted. But pretty much the only games on this list I was interested in, really impressed me, were Star Wars Battlefront, Dragon Age Inquisition, Mass Effect, even though I said I'm not really into it. Maybe I'll give this one a shot. Mirror's Edge and Battlefield Hardline. Probably the most interesting things out of those being... I would put Mirror's Edge at the top of that, or Star Wars Battlefront. Because Battlefield Hardline, even though I am looking forward to it because Battlefield 4 was just such a huge disappointment to me, because it was a catastrophe. It was damn near unplayable, and I just really couldn't get into it. When I loved Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 it was such a disappointment. So that's why I am looking forward to Battlefield Hardline, but I'm not really expecting much. I feel like it can't be that big of a game. I just don't. I really don't. I think it's just going to be a small scoped spin-off of the Battlefield series. What we really want is Bad Company 3. That's what we really want. Spend a good amount of time and bring us a Bad Company 3. So yeah, that's really it. It was just an okay conference, but that's what I never really expected much from EA necessarily. Now my Ubisoft conference review, that is what really impressed me, but that's just flying helicopters around while I'm doing the video. But yeah, that's normal every year. Like Ubisoft, even though they pissed me off with Watch Dogs, they always they just know what games I like. Like, they just make the games I'm really interested in. and they definitely had a better conference than Ubisoft. But but that's all I gotta say about EA's press conference. I'm gonna move on and do my Ubisoft press conference review right after this. So look out for that video. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.